When most people describe Shanghai now, they mention Shenzhen, Big Shanghai, the Bund, etc. But do you know what Shanghai was like in its early days? Let's explore the childhood of Shanghai, the Songze Culture. Songze Culture is the earliest cultural flower created by the ancestors of Shanghai. It is a Neolithic culture dating back 6,000 to 5,300 years. First discovered in Songze Village, Qingpu District, Shanghai, hence named Songze Culture. Songze culture is the origin of Shanghai historical culture, encompassing several Shanghai Firsts. It preserves the early cultural relics of Shanghai, marking the splendid starting point of the city, thus earning the title of the Source of Shanghai Culture. The first person in Shanghai, the first human of Shanghai, is identified from a skull found during the 5th excavation of the Songze site, belonging to a male aged between 25 to 30. This is the earliest human remains discovered in Shanghai to date. The first rice in Shanghai. The rice remains from the Songze site represent the earliest cultivated rice discovered in Shanghai and provide direct evidence of the origin of rice cultivation in China. Carbonized rice deposits dating back approximately 6,000 years have been discovered in multiple locations within the site and have been identified as the earliest artificially cultivated indica and Japonical rice in China. The history of rice cultivation in China has been 10,000 years, but Shanghai's first discovery in 1969 holds a milestone significance in the history of rice cultivation in China. The first village in Shanghai. During the Songze Culture period, large villages emerged, known as the first village of Shanghai. The riverbank water environment around the museum was the home of the ancestors of Shanghai 6,000 years ago. At that time, the architectural form of the house was a drywall style, similar to the present-day Yunnan steel building. The temperature environment was much warmer and wetter than it is now, making it very suitable for human habitation. This type of house with straight walls and pointed cones is called the first house in Shanghai. The first well in Shanghai. Although Shanghai has abundant water resources, due to its low-lying terrain, rivers often flood and become turbid and impure, and the backflow of salt water can also affect water quality. To obtain stable and clean water sources, the ancestors invented the digging of wells. The well found at the Songze site is China's oldest cylindrical well, indicated Shanghai was one of the first regions in China to develop advanced techniques for finding and storing water. We can also see various production tools. Among them, the stone plow was used in conjunction with the wooden plow bed and plow frame, but the latter being made of wood, are difficult to preserve. This stone plow has an isosceles triangle shape, with its sides formed in the cutting edges. Both the upper and lower surfaces are smooth polished, and the round hole is carved on the plow body, likely representing the head of the stone plow. This type of the plow was widely used during the Liangzhu culture period. The invention of the stone plow marks a revolutionary milestone in the history of agriculture. With the advent of the stone plow in China, agriculture evolved from inefficient sport loosening whole farming to advanced line loosening deep ploughing, significantly increasing efficiency. This evolution from hoeing to plowing enabled faster turning of soil and deeper cultivation, greatly improving work efficiency. More land could be cultivated, resulting in increased food production, supporting a large population, and rapidly accumulating societal wealth. Furthermore, a stable surplus of food and its distribution system allowed some people to leave agricultural production, becoming professional craftsmen, clergy, and administrators. This initiated the process of specialized social division of labor, propelling society swiftly into a civilized era. During the Songze era, the ancestors in the lower Yangtze River took the first step towards social complexity. With increasing social complexity, differentiation in social status, such as class and gender, became more pronounced. Corresponding funeral and sacrificial rituals became more refined, symbolizing power and status, with ritual vessel evolving from practical utensil. An axe with a socket stone head was unearthed from the Songze side. The upper part of the axe body has a pair of drilled circular holes, and at the lower end of the handle there was a bone socket, bulging outward at the bottom and engraved with string patterns. This tradition of regarding the axe as a symbol of military command continued from the Songze culture, becoming the precursor to the ritual bronze axes in the Xia, Shang, and Zhou dynasties. The character Wang in oracle bone and bronze inscriptions is a pictogram of an axe. The character Wang evolved from the form of an axe, with its blade facing downwards. The tradition of the great affairs of the states are in sacrifices and military affairs, indicates that the core functions of the state were to oversee sacrificial rites and command the army. China had entered into a phase of social development with kings and states. Many people think of Shanghai as a modern metropolis developed in recent times. However, archaeological discoveries reveal that Shanghai has a rich history of over 6,000 years, contributing significantly to the origin and development of Chinese civilization.